Hey, good morning. My plan is to offer one of these Facebook posts live every day, and I'm going to try to save those to YouTube and put them on my website or do something to make them accessible to you. And I hope you find these useful. So please give me some feedback on that. It's going to take me a little while to get used to these, so you'll see me looking down, checking notes and things like that, but I'll get better over time, I promise. I think I'm going to call this thing Elevate Your Performance. We're going to focus on, well, we're going to talk about a bunch of different issues, not just work, not just play, but I want to try to do something that's going to make it more useful and help hold each other accountable to actually making improvements in our own performance, whether it's at work or whether it's physical health, whether it's financial health, whether it's family stuff. So I want to be able to talk about a broad array of different things with you. And that's what I want to do. I want a conversation with you. Um, I kicked off yesterday, the 1st of July, with a post about love, and love is going to be the theme for July. So everything that I talk about for the rest of the month, I want to make sure that we kind of tie it back to love. I'm going to try to do as many of these outside as I can because it's summertime and it's beautiful. Sometimes, though, we'll be other places. I expect to travel a little bit again one of these days. I've got a studio in the basement, so we'll be coming to you from a lot of different places. Okay, so first for today, I got a little bit of useful news that I've discovered. Well, useful, maybe not. Today, you may or not know, is World UFO Day. So I learned from Morning Brew, a little newsletter that I get every morning, that you can buy a $10 million alien abduction insurance policy from the St. Lawrence Company in Altamont Springs, Florida, and it's only like 1995 forever, a lifetime premium of 1995. So to me, that sounded like a perfect gift. Um, I don't know if it's safety related or love related, but if you're concerned at all about alien abduction, insure your family. Yeah, get that. Another piece of news that came through today was Tesla. Tesla has now, with its market capitalization, has become the most valuable car manufacturing company in the world. It's sitting at $207 billion. Toyota used to be number one, but Toyota's sitting at 171.8 million. Uh, Toyota's pretty important in my world with lean systems and things. Uh, in contrast, Ford is only 23.7 billion, and they're the producer of the most popular vehicle on the planet, the F-150. GM is at 35.7. So strange things happen in the market with the valuation of Tesla, really based on its potential. It does have 60% of the market share for electric vehicles in the country, so we'll keep our eye on these guys. Okay, so now, like I said, today's theme is safety. In my world of lean systems, companies continuously improve everything that they do. And nearly all of them are going to agree that safety is one of their primary, if not the most important thing that they measure. That's what they say, anyway. What I see when I go to these places is little evidence that safety is anything more than a number that they've got to report to the government. So they keep track of things like lost time, recordable injuries, or near misses, as is required. But all those things kind of make you look in the rearview mirror for things. And if we want to truly create a workforce or a workplace that makes our workforce feel like we do actually care about them, we need to take a much more proactive stance on measuring safety. If safety is so important, tell me how we still have 4.6 million injuries on the job over the course of a year on average. Okay, the National Safety Council says we injure a worker every 7 seconds. That's 104 million lost days. Not only is that really expensive and really dinging productivity, but just think about how many people we're actually hurting. And our people, if they're really our most important asset, we've got to do something to improve this record. So leaders who decide to love their employees need to take a much more proactive measure, like I said, and behavior-based safety programs often are the ticket. I've seen different companies handle this different ways. Okay, one client had everybody in the organization was supposed to do one safety observation a month of some other employee. Others just have leaders do it. I'm a big fan of having everybody do it because then you got more eyes on it. You do have to plan a little bit more carefully, and that's really what we want to measure. So we want to make a plan to have a lot of these safety observations done. and we got to have a little check sheet so people can fill it out. And if they see things that are problematic, instead of just handing them off to the safety guy over at EH&S, let's make a problem solving card for it. So let's solve the problem at the place where we actually saw it. If that is going to get many more people engaged, that's going to make the workplace much safer, just because we got more people looking for different ways to make things better. Don't forget too about plans and practice for emergencies, extreme weather conditions, fires, floods, and more importantly than ever, active shooters. It's not enough just to have a plan for it, but you actually have to practice. You have to practice. You have to practice. Especially if you have turnover in new employees. Every time you have a new employee, they need to be well read into this. They need to see that there is a plan and that people understand how to get out of the building, how to keep themselves safe, how to shelter in place. All these different things, you've got to make a plan and then measure against that plan. If you're on the plan, you're green. If you're not on the plan, then you got a problem, and we want to solve that problem, figure that out. Now, something else I want you to think about is in the middle of this COVID-19 quarantine, you have an awful lot of workers working at home. Are you sure that their home workspace is safe? So what I would recommend is that you create a little check sheet and send it to all your employees working from home and say, hey, take a look around your house and make sure you've created a safe work environment in your house. It might be trip hazards, might be exposed wire, it might be safety in getting up and down your stairs. Maybe they just need a fire extinguisher. But have them do a safety check of their own home workspace and then offer them any kind of support they need to make those corrections. The bottom line, we got to stop paying lip service to safety. If people are really our most important asset, and if we really love our workforce, then we've got to do so much more to keep them safe. And if you need some help, just give me a call. I'll be happy to help you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.